Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Mental Game Monday. In today's video, we're going to dive into a concept that is critically important, which is the courage to keep going, especially when you suffer. Let's do this. Alright guys, this may be one of the last videos we do here. Winter is quickly coming into Park City, Utah. Who knows, maybe I'll bundle up and do one in the winter on my patio, but it was a nice enough day. I figured we'd hit the patio one last time. So, as many of us get these notifications on Facebook here this past week, I got a 5-year reminder of a cycling trip I did to San Francisco. I went with a good buddy of mine from Canada, and at the time, one of my good buddies that lived in San Francisco. So we did like a multi-day kind of cycling tour throughout San Francisco. It was super amazing. Obviously, San Fran's one of the best cities in the world, one of the most livable cities in the world, and one of the funnest cities in the world. But part of that trip, when we were cycling around San Francisco, we actually stopped at the Rafa Cycling Club, which is like a premier cycling brand. They make a lot of clothing, things like that. So they have a little like coffee shop / retail shop right on the fringes of San Francisco. And there was a really profound saying that was imprinted on the side of the wall. And I'm just going to read it out right now. The greatest battle is not physical, but psychological. The demons telling us to give up when we push ourselves to the limit can never be silenced for good. They must always be answered by the quiet, steady dignity that simply refuses to give up. Courage, we all suffer, keep going. Graham Fife. So that hit me when I first read it, and I kind of revisit it every once in a while. This past week I had to kind of test myself in this regard, as we all do as Amazon sellers and entrepreneurs. Like many of you, I was caught up in the .ca, .mx suspensions that went down. So two of my brands, one of them had the .ca go down, the other one had the .ca and .mx go down. Complete Amazon nonsense as we're used to dealing with, but it was a hit, like kind of in the lead into Q4. I just started to ramp things up in Canada. Things were going well, and then you get hit. And I had a brief moment where that voice in my head, we've all had it, where I'm like, man, is this Amazon thing worth it? Like, they constantly do stuff that's out of my control, that doesn't make sense, that really impacts my business, and it tests my will for a fleeting moment. And that voice in your head, that voice in your heart sometimes will emerge, because as human beings, we are programmed to avoid pain. We are programmed to lead into fear, because hundreds and thousands of years ago, if we didn't do that, we would die. So it's a natural physiological and psychological reaction that we all have embedded in our DNA and in our wiring. But when it comes to business, that voice is going to creep in, and it's going to creep in a lot. And it's going to make you question yourself. It's going to make you question your dreams. It's going to make you question whether it is all worth it. But when that happens, it's important to realize that we all suffer. We all have that voice and those circumstances that creep in, that make us want to throw in the towel and make us want to say, you know what, this isn't worth it. But remember this week, courage. We all suffer. Keep going. Guys, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. I actually have a really, really special video coming out at the end of this week to celebrate Thanksgiving. It is going to be a product research masterclass. Man, I'm gonna hold nothing back, as I never do, and deep dive into my philosophies on product research and cover strategies and processes that I don't think are really covered in this industry. So I think it's going to be a good one. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. If you're in the US, enjoy your Thanksgiving Thursday. I'm very thankful for this community, what we've built since May and launching this channel. It's been one of the most rewarding things that has happened to me this year. So thanks for being here, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Mental Game Monday. We'll, of course, be back next week with another episode on Monday. And every week we will drop deep dive Amazon and entrepreneurial based content. Until then, guys, cheers. Have a wonderful week.